I see you're on the board of governors of AILA. Is that correct? How do
Yes.
you find the time? I know the board of governors is pretty time-consuming activity, isn't it?
It is. But, with AILA, I think a lot of times you get what you put in. Just as, your toolbox is a great, thing that you also probably get, as much as you teach, you get out things out of that. The same for me with the board of governors. I saw when I first was very active, I didn't see a ton of diversity. I didn't see a lot of younger members as involved. So that's one of the reasons why I did get involved. I wanted to see how it worked. It's very easy to criticize things from the sidelines.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier, I think, to change things if you get involved. And some of the stuff that the board does or has a reputation for is not necessarily true. Some of these misconceptions, and
What is the
that's
role
what.
of the board? What is the board of governors? I mean, like, because the AILA has like a person elect, like a president every year. It's very basic. What is the structure? What kind of governance does AILA have?
Sure. So you've got the general membership, right? And then you've got your local chapters. There are some states that have a few physical states that have one local chapter. And then the chapter chairs each sit on the board of governors, which is made up of past presidents, elected directors, and chapter chairs. And then separately, there's the executive committee, and I'm running for a position on the executive committee. So the board is pretty huge.
Like
And
Congress, essentially.
sorry.
That's like Congress, where it's like a lot of members. Yeah.
But sort of more of a mishmash. And then you of course have the staff members who work directly for AILA, because the board of governors, the executive committee, they're all volunteers.
Yeah.
Now,
what is the difference for the executive committee from the board? What are they more active because it's a smaller group kind of thing?
So there's a lot of the really important decisions, anything that needs to be decided really quickly, a lot of strategic positions, because, and a lot of times, I mean, this taking on a lot of work, but there's, as we see every day, immigration lawyers are being attacked. My personal philosophy is that AILA is for the members. It's, there's some people who feel there should be more immigrants' rights, initiatives. Some people feel we should stay out of politics. Regardless of that, to me, the membership is the most important. If we don't have members, we really don't exist as an organization. So we need to protect members and their professions.
I was interviewing Ira Kurzban. He said in the 80s when he jumped on board, they were attacking the immigration lawyers and going after him directly. And his goal was to come and stop that. And that's something the administration could jump into again. And so are you running for exec? Have you been on the executive committee, or is this going to be the first year that you're applying for that?
This is the first time I'm running for the executive committee. I've been on the board of governors, and you can run for the board of governors. It's a 3-year term, and I could keep just running for it. But again, one of the things I see is if we're going to try and include people, be inclusive, and encourage new leadership, you kind of need to give up your seat. And it's not possible to, and there are people who've been on the board for a long time and they're doing an excellent job, but personally I think we need to give them and when I say newer members, I don't necessarily mean younger or millennial. Like some newer members used to practice bankruptcy, used to practice family law, and so they're new to the practice of immigration.
And so what is like one key thing that you want to focus on, if you're voted onto the executive committee?
is protecting members, protecting the profession, and elevating immigration to the point where people, the everyday person, understands the value of what we do.
Yeah.
I think we all struggle a lot of times, when we're being nickeled and dimed, but also even some fellow lawyers are like, well, don't you guys just do forms? And to really, help people understand that what we do adds immense value and is really necessary for the future of the country.
So what
Because
kind of
without,
what kind of ways do you plan on doing that? Any like information sessions or media, or what kind of stuff?
yeah, I mean, there's always, International does a great job of doing a lot of media. I'd like to see us go further. Like, let's use all these different new channels. People nowadays, within AILA and outside, we're so siloed. There's the people who watch the conservative news, and then there's the people who only get their news from Facebook. And we need to do a better job of like trying to reach everyone. So that education piece is really key in my mind. And doing a lot more webcasts. I think people, the way that COVID has changed the way we look at things, we're going to have to shift what we were doing before. I love in-person conferences, but because there's nothing like, well, now we can't shake hands, but there's nothing like seeing your colleagues in
Yeah.
person. But barring that, doing webinars, being able to like connect with people, I think community, regardless of whether you're in or out of AILA, that community is so key right now because everyone feels so isolated.
Yeah. And being that we're under attack, like really have to huddle and be close and support each other in different ways, in any way possible, because we're on the front lines of, of the issues that are going politically, unfortunately. Well, Neena, thank you so much. When is voting going to open up? Or has it opened up already?
So voting has opened up. Unlike a regular election, this goes for a while. It's a bit of a marathon. It closes June 18th, but you may have seen the link that came out, and all people have to do is go to the link or go to the other website to elections, and you just need your member number and your last name.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. Stay on, but I appreciate it. If there's people want to contact you, what's the best, social media, email, website, all that kind of stuff?
So my email address is info@duttalawfirm.com, and just Dutta Law Firm all over the place. And you can get in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much.